I talk to agents every single day, and when I ask them, especially new agents, what they would like to do with their real estate business, almost every single one of them says that they would like to make six figures. Now, once you've been in the business a little bit, we still use that term, but we want to make our next six figures. So if that's you, whether you're new or looking to level up your game by six figures this coming year, please watch this video. I'm going to lay it all out there in 5 things you should be doing right now. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Jeremy Kane, Real Estate Agent Playbook, helping you win every real estate. If you are new here, thank you so much for watching. Please watch this video till the end. If you like what you hear, hit that like button. And if you really like what you hear, subscribe to this channel. I put out content helping agents make decisions to better their business every single day. My content comes out twice a week, and I'm really excited to build this community up as we've been doing the YouTube thing for a long time. We also are on podcasts, so if you're on the road and want to listen over there, I'd be ever so grateful for you sharing this with your real estate pals. But let's get into this one, because I know that you want to make six figures, whether it's your first six figures in real estate or your next six figures. These 5 things will absolutely help you get it done. So first things first, when I'm coaching agents, and especially with the value that we provide within our brokerage and our organization, the Wolfpack, I tell people you cannot have shiny object syndrome. I actually created an entire course regarding this specific issue. You need to pick 3 to 5 lead generation pillars and focus on them. Certainly you can, network and do all the things and kind of have that sideline list of, these great ideas that you can do one day, but your business will never get going if you don't take 3 to 5 things and just ultimately focus on them. You need to first brainstorm, right? What do you like to do? What are you good at? And then you need to make sure there's some differentiation, right? A lot of us are like, yeah, I'll have 5 pillars. I'll do Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all the things. And all of that is digital. Technically, that's one pillar, in my opinion. While I think it's great to have a wide reach, as I do on multiple platforms, it's very important when you're first getting going or first starting to leverage a platform for lead generation that you focus on one and dial that in. So do me a favor, only one social media pillar. Other things, other programs, other things that you're building, first-time homebuyer programs, heroes programs, veteran programs, whatever you're doing, that can be another pillar. And it's not to say that the pillars can't commingle, but we need to have 3 to 5 things that we're ultimately focused on. We have a plan, we're building those, and if anything is outside of those lead generation pillars, it will come naturally. Certainly, we're not going to say, oh, you're not in one of these lead generation pillars, I'm not going to, serve you as a client. But if you focus on building these things, I promise you, for the long term and in the short term even, you will absolutely see your business grow. Also, if you really like this idea, you can check out the webinar below where I talk about, building a business through listings, and that'll eventually take you into, an opportunity to look at my course and see if that's a good fit for you. But for now, let's just focus on those 3 to 5 lead generation pillars that you can ultimately plan for. The holidays are a good time. Maybe it's a little bit slower in production. You can really outline a bulletproof plan. If you need help with that, you can always reach out. But this is where it happens, where you get ultimately focused on the things that actually create real estate production business for you, and you take those to the next level right here, right now with a plan, and then immediately execute. Don't wait till January 1st. Number 2, you need to develop a service-oriented mindset. This will make all of your conversations so much easier. If you're going into a conversation of how you as an agent can serve, right? And it doesn't have to be regarding real estate. You are a human. You have access to a lot of people. You need to understand that if I'm going into this relationship is how can I help? What problems can I solve? What if they have nothing to do with real estate? What if they have to do with, something completely random, whether it's making a connection in the community, fixing something, at a friend's house, or, just, having social events to attend, whatever that is, that have absolutely nothing to do with real estate. If you become the problem solver and you can connect and solve these problems for the people that you're communicating with, that's absolutely the case. If they're in another industry, how can you help them build your business? How can you guys work alongside each other? We'll talk about that one in a second. But If you go into these general conversations with a heart to serve instead of, do you know someone who's going to buy or sell? Are you planning on buying or selling? I don't know how many times I've heard when I'm talking to agents about increasing their conversations, they say, well, you know, they're not going to buy or sell. They just bought a house. They did this, they did that. That's not the point. The point is to come in as a resource to as many people as possible, because when the resource of real estate is needed by them or someone they know, they will immediately think of you because you are a service and a resource in all aspects of their, you know, home life, of their community, of all the things. So that leads us into, you know, building partnerships with industry partners or community partners for mutual growth. Right? I go into every conversation. If there's somebody that I can, you know, incorporate directly into my business, whether they're a contractor, a lender, an appraiser, an inspector, you know, whatever, but also whether they're a business owner in the communities that I'm moving people into and out of, right? If they're a moving company, if they're whatever, if I can have a whole squad of people that I'm helping them kind of build their business, we can, you know, co-sponsor events, we can, you know, do a ton of things. I'm actually out surfing, you know, the social media platforms, right? When somebody in my, you know, circle says, I need access to a mover, or I need access to someone who can bake a cake, or I need access to someone who can do my hair, I'm pulling those people in and saying, hey, I have this person, and I'm making that connection, right? Hey, I have, you know, this lady, she owns a salon, she cuts my hair, boom, here's a connection. I'll make a text message connection right now. She's the answer. She's the very best, right? So I'm outwardly helping people build business. If you're, you know, not new to this channel, this is absolutely nothing new to you. This is how I have scaled my business and how I have maintained my production levels while starting multiple other businesses as well, is exactly this, right? If there's a connection to be made, I want to make it, and I want to make it directly so that not only the person that needs that connection gets what they need out of it, the haircut, the, you know, plumber, the whatever, but also that person that's also an entrepreneur building a small business knows that I'm the reason, right? And if I can come up with them as many times as possible, that's exactly what I need to do. And so this is a huge opportunity when you are having these conversations of service-led. How am I going to solve the problem? Then the next level is connecting that with industry partners, and that's absolutely the key. So along those same lines, all of these lead generation tactics, the pillars that you choose, all of them are in relation not to get leads, but to get more conversations. And what better time than right now to reach out and make connections with people from your past? I don't care if they're in a different market, right? Did you know as a real estate agent, you can refer another realtor and get 25%? So if you just moved from a market and you're new to a different market, don't forget about that old market. You can still make connections and make referrals within that. So we need to up our conversations with people that are already in our sphere. Whether you have a CRM or you just go through your phone and use that as a CRM, make connections. The holidays are an amazing time to reach out and have natural conversation. Oh, I'm, you know, so grateful for our friendship of 5 years. I'm so grateful for, you know, what you did for my family when we moved out of town. All of those things, you can have legitimate, genuine conversations, especially around the holidays. You have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, you have New Year's, you have all the other holidays that are kind of jam-packed in November and December, and then into January. And so make sure that you're having these authentic, you know, conversations where you can, right? And it's, again, not to get that referral from an old family member, but it's just to talk to them and say, I'm grateful for you. This is what I got going on. What do you have going on, right? And you can have those subtle conversations. And certainly there is, you know, a method to the madness, but the ultimate goal of your conversation is just connection. It's not, hey, do you know someone who wants to buy or sell? Did you know that, you know, I could get 25% of the commission, you know, if you did make a move or someone you did there, because I can connect you with an agent. You know, that's not what we want to say. We want to say, I could be a part of your, you know, real estate transaction, or I still have a ton of connections out there. So if you ever need anything, please reach out, because as a real estate agent, I can still be a part of your journey, even though we're not in the same market. That's very different, you know, if the conversation goes to that route. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is make sure that you are I would say 5 to 10xing your one-on-one conversations in these 3 months, November, December, January, right? Because January, you can talk about the new year, you can talk about what their goals are, all the things. And so if you can literally 5 to 10x those conversations, make it a minimum. I want to have at least 5 times more conversations than I've had, in the past. A lot of time as real estate agents, we count conversations as, oh, that person's under contract, so I talked to them today. Check. No. New conversations, you have the ability to start it up November, December, January. So at least 5x. And if you're at 0 right now, I need you to be having 10 conversations a day with people over the next 90 days. Think about that. That's 900 conversations if you really, amp that up. So if you're able to take that challenge, I can promise you that if you have 900 conversations from a genuine giving, connecting spirit, you will absolutely have some sort of, income coming in the real estate world because you've had those conversations. So it's up to you. Right here, right now, you have the opportunity. There's no excuse. There's no awkwardness. You can reach out to people in your database. I know I will. I know I always do. And that's why I've built this business that is pretty much just a recurring piece. I don't do a ton of lead generation, right? And I sell 40 houses, 50 houses a year. And so if we're working through that, it really is a massive opportunity. So don't hide behind, the happy holidays social posts. Don't send out, the Christmas letter that's all the same, that's just very surface level. If you're going to do some sort of holiday mailer, or a Christmas card or a Christmas letter, make it personal, right? Tell them about your family. Tell them about, you as a person, not just you as a real estate agent hiding behind a headshot that's probably 10 years old. This is a massive opportunity. So 10 conversations a day or 5x your, conversations that you start, your new conversations with old people in your database. So that's absolutely the key to all of this. And as you can see, 3 of these things you can do are all interrelated. So I told you how to do it with leading with value. I told you to make sure that you up those connections with industry partners, community partners. Don't just be like, oh, you're in life insurance, so we can't work together. Really work alongside those people to do the work on the front end so that when those connections do start to come on, because remember, you're gonna have 900 conversations in the next 3 months, that you have those people to connect. And if you're connecting, say, a lender or an inspector or a contractor to 3 to 5 people over the next 3 months, you don't think that that's going to open their eyes and start to have them, build your business in partnership with you? Absolutely, it will. I can promise you it will work. And then the final thing is prioritize your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. These times are sometimes extremely hard if we've, lost some loved ones that we used to, have such an amazing time with. But also there's so much food, there's so much, distraction and all the things. We need to make sure that we are keeping on a schedule, right? Don't forget your workouts. Don't forget your, water consumption. Don't forget your, mental toughness to not have 6 pieces of pie, from Thursday to Sunday on Thanksgiving weekend. And so those are the things that we need to really hyper focus in on and stay in your routine. So many people get off of their routine, especially in these times that, they're basically like, okay, it's a wash, right? The market's terrible in November, December, so I'm going to go to January. You cannot do that, right? And if you do these things, if you stay these 5 things along the next 60 to 90 days, I can guarantee you will have an epic 2025, and there is no possible way that you will not make your next 6 figures, probably within the first 6 months of the new year, but especially by the end. So if 6 figures is on your radar and you want to do this, definitely commit to yourself. You can comment below, committed, and we can definitely, be accountability partners, whatever you need. But if you take these 5 steps right now, I guarantee you that you will make 6 figures at least in the next year. But I'm guessing if you take complete action, 900 conversations between now and then with this framework that I just gave you, you will absolutely crush every single goal that you created in 2025. So let's go get it. Let's not sleep on separation season, and let's take the next steps to your next 6 figures. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this with your favorite real estate agent, and let's go get a win today. Bye-bye.